comes Peter Cottontail, hop, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hop. I know, that's his Easter, so I'm going to get. Ooh, I should probably do one more button, huh? I'm looking a little risque here. Good morning, everybody. I got my pink on. I have never wore this blouse. I got it from Temu because it came so wrinkled and I had to steam all the wrinkles out. So, you guys, I worked for you today. I steamed my shirt. Good morning. And I got my second cup of coffee here. It's all decaf anyway, so it's not like I get a caffeine boost. Good morning, Sue. Happy Easter to you. Good morning, Mickey. She's going to work and lurk because she's all business. All business. Diane. Joe, good to see you. Hello, hello. Lynn, hi. Lisa, good morning. Christy, hello. Welcome, everybody. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're watching back on the replay, happy Easter. Yeah. If you're at church, okay, I'm saying good. That's good. Because, yeah, I don't do church. I tried. My sister planned this big meal today. Like, we're having ham and green beans and all this stuff. I'm like, what are we celebrating? She's like, it's Easter. I'm like, okay. Anyway, good morning, Robin. Hello, hello. Sue says, you like the bunny ears? Yes. Well, I have the choice of these or the ones I had on last week. So I figured, got to wear these too. So this is your opportunity. I'm going to put the banner up because we would like you guys to list your progress in the Facebook group. Let me find that banner. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? It's here. Here we go. The one where I say good morning for the 15th time. I'm going to run this for a little while until it drives me crazy, and then I'll shut it off. So what are your plans for today? Is anybody going like egg hunting? It's raining here, so there's Easter is canceled. There is no egg hunts today. Yeah. Anyway. So today we're going to talk about This Week in Crime. We're going to look at your Facebook posts because I would love to see what you guys have been working on. Even if you had to frog at silver, I don't care. I want to see your progress. Because you didn't put anything in there last week, I think. Anyway. Tammy, good morning. Hello, hello. And welcome to the show. All right. So I will be live tonight at 7:30. We're going to do Pal World. I am level 53. And last night, Tim and I we beat the Moonflower Tower, which means nothing to you guys except for Lisa knows what I'm talking about. That sucker was hard. But Tim and I, we tried it like 3 nights in a row. We finally got it done. So tonight, I think what I'm going to do is take you around the island of Sakurajima, do a little tour of my new base where the mushrooms are, and maybe a dungeon out there. And then next week, we'll probably move over to Faybreak, the big island. And then tomorrow night is Build With Me Monday. Hi, Tim. And I will be starting a new Lego project. Now, let me show you the other one that I just finished. So here is the Lover House. It is complete. Look, you guys. And it lights up. So let me connect it, and I will show you because I did the wiring correctly. I'm so proud of myself. Like, I don't think I've ever done anything electrical in my life that worked. There we go. Look, it lights up. So in the Lover House, you could be in this room here, which is we're serving hot dogs, and you could be in here. You could be in the green room, which is the drum. We got musical instruments in that room. Depending on your mood, we got this amazing, super huge round hot tub. You could climb the stairs to the attic where we have a secret room to film stuff in. Yeah, there's a video camera in the attic. And then we got this red room down here. Yeah, the red room. I'm not going to tell you what goes on in there. Anyway, it's truly a lover house. All right, enough of that. Let me unplug it. Oh no, those balloons, I swear to God, keep falling off. All right, I'll deal with it later. Unlike the ski slope, this one doesn't fall apart, except for this one little piece, this little balloon decoration keeps falling off. And I keep putting it back on. I spoke too soon. Now chair falls off. Just handle it carefully, Rebecca. Okay. So we have one more dust collector in the house. I have dusted so many times this week. It's ridiculous. So Monday night, I will be starting a new project. And yes, and before your son gets on here and says, that's not real Lego, you know, no, it's not. It's TiVo. We're going to start the Wizard House. And it is a 200-page book. This one says you need 12 and up. Now, the Lover House, I think, was 6 and up or 8 and up. The ski slope was 14. So hopefully my difficulty level falls somewhere in between, because that ski house was ridiculous. But it's a Wizard House. How hard can it be? Use E6000 like Tia did on her windshield. Okay. So is that sure I want to know what goes on in the red room, especially going by the title of the house? Hey, it's the Lover House. Okay. You got to use your imagination. Anyway, so this is kind of like a take on Harry Potter. There's some comes with some minifigures. We haven't had minifigures since the ski slope. Anyway, all right, so let's talk about crime so we can get that over with. This week in crime. So 2 big cases this week. One's finishing up, one's starting. The Lori Vallow Daybell case, tomorrow we get closing arguments. I will probably go live for those and hopefully it's not broken up into like 100 different pieces. If it is, there may be more than one video tomorrow. You know how that goes. It never goes like you think it's going to go straight through. And when the day starts out, we've got to get Lori in front of the jury to rest her case. She wouldn't do it on Friday or Thursday. She wanted to think about it. She wanted to do it on Monday. And the judge is like, you got to let me know if you change your mind, because, you know, and you're going to testify or you're going to put on a defense. And she's like, I'll let you know. I hope not. If that's the case, we ain't going live, because it's much better to just watch her back on the replay. Anyway, so that will wrap up. Hopefully they'll do the closing arguments. We'll get our verdict. Guilty, of course, as sin. And then that case will go right into jury selection. I don't know how quickly, but within the next week or so. Lori Vallow will go right back to jury selection for the attempted murder of Brendan Boudreau. That is her niece, Melanie Boudreau Pawlowski's ex-husband that Adam Cox tried to murder. But she conspired with Alex to get that done, because Brandon was another one of those dark people that had to be dealt with. In any case, so we have not seen the last of Lori Vallow Daybell, unfortunately. And then on Tuesday, the Karen, hi Joanna. Yes, I got the money is on. I am matching. I am styling today. Anyway, Karen Reed starts on Tuesday with opening statements. They have picked a jury of 18 people, and God knows they need it. There is so much publicity surrounding this. I don't know how anybody's going to get a seat in that courtroom. Hundreds and hundreds of people. The judge has ordered, because the last time the jury deliberated in her first trial, that there were so many people outside the courtroom chanting "Free Karen Reed," during the jury deliberation process, that they could hear it. So the judge has set up like this zone, like they can't come near the courthouse this time. We'll see if that works. It's just absolute craziness. So she's already been tried for the second degree murder and leaving the scene of an accident, and a lesser included offense of manslaughter for the death of her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, who was a Boston police officer. Now, they had gone out for a night of drinking. At the end of the night, they decide to take the party to another Boston police officer's house. His last name is Albert. They go to his house. And then the confusion begins. We don't really know what happened after that. According to the prosecution, John O'Keefe got out of the vehicle. She backed up and hit him and left him to die laying in the snow. According to the defense, he went into the house. Something happened in the house. He was attacked by a dog, attacked by other people. Who knows? We don't know. And then they took him out in the snow and left him to die. And I don't know. So in the first trial, there are so many nuances to this trial. It's crazy. So in the first trial, the jury had decided not guilty of second-degree murder and not guilty of leaving the scene of an accident, because the prosecution hadn't proved the case beyond a reasonable doubt. The prosecutor in the first trial was terrible, just terrible. So he has been replaced. They have a whole new prosecution team for this new trial. And then when they went to deliberate on manslaughter, they were hung. They couldn't make a decision. Some of them said yes, some of them said no, and they just couldn't reach a verdict. They did not know that they could reach a partial verdict. It wasn't explained to them that you can come back not guilty on the first two charges and hung on the third charge. So they just wrote a note to the judge that they were hung. So she declares a mistrial. So now we're going all the way to it's sitting at the Supreme Court on whether or not trying her again is double jeopardy, because a jury has already found her not guilty of those first two charges. I don't think it's going to fly, because what happens in a jury room pretty much always stays in the jury room. That's just how it works. Yes, it's our card again. You're wearing yours too. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Anyway, so and Karen Reed has this amazing legal team, which she has expanded. She now has 11 people on her legal team. She has exhausted all of her finance. She's mortgaged her house, cashed out all of her retirement. Like, she has no money left. They're all doing this for free, pro bono. They are representing her for free at this point, because they believe in it that much, I guess. It's got to be terribly expensive. The last case, they set up a war room for 3 months in a nearby location in proximity to the courthouse. And I don't know. It's just a mess. So that'll begin Tuesday, and I will try to cover the opening statements live for you. Then last week, Brian Kohberger the judge made a bunch of rulings on all kinds of motions that have been pending. When his trial is set for August. He is the person that's on trial for the murders of Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Kaylee Gonzalez up in Idaho. They're calling it the Idaho College Student Murder Trials. I got to shorten that because my thumbnail can't handle all that. But so that's scheduled for August at this point. He's charged with first-degree murder, several counts, and felony burglary. So the first motion that was ruled on was this issue of whether this man has autism. The defense is saying, a jury's going to come in and they're going to look at this man who has autism, and they're going to judge him on his appearance and his lack of emotion. And here's what they're saying. He's going to get the death penalty because of his disability versus his culpability. First of all, I've never seen a defendant show much emotion, any defendant. So that's not new to Brian Kohlberger. So what they wanted to do was put on mental health experts to testify that they've examined him. He's got autism, blah, blah, blah. The judge says, no, this is not going to come up. And you're not going to mention it in your openings. The only way it's going to come up is if he's going to testify and he needs to use it as an excuse for his behavior. It's not coming up. Then during their arguments about this autism, the defense mentioned, we got a peek into their theory of the case. They're going to be arguing 2 people, 2 weapons, that he was not alone. What? So I don't know if you'll recall, but in the, oh God, what was the name of that case? It escapes me. But there was another case I covered where the judge would not allow in evidence of other possible perpetrators. And that really killed this guy. Literally, is going to kill this guy. But in this case, they made the same motion. They want to bring evidence of other possible perpetrators. So the judge has not ruled on that one yet. Who's texting me? Oh, Tia. Anyway, then the defense didn't want any mention of, there's 2 women that were in the house that are witnesses that survived this attack. One of them is going to testify that she saw this guy with bushy eyebrows. So the defense didn't want any evidence of this bushy eyebrow to come in because it's more prejudicial than probative. And the judge says, no, it's not. It's very relevant. It's coming in. So then there was a motion to prohibit the word murder or murderer when referring to Brian Kohlberger. The judge denied that motion. So they can refer to him, hey, the murderer Brian Kohlberger. What they cannot say, the judge has ruled, they cannot refer to him as a sociopath or a psychopath. That was excluded. They're going to he's allowing a 3D model of the crime scene to come in. That'll be interesting. And then the defense was trying to exclude this videotape of a car, a white Hyundai Elantra that was seen on some ring camera footage in the area. There's going to be a prosecution expert come in to say that was his car. The defense wanted that excluded. The judge says, no, that's coming in. So what the judge said about this 2 people theory, about whether that, the evidence of additional perpetrators can come in, he wants to see the defense's offer of proof first. So they're going to have a hearing, and the defense is going to have to say, okay, here's what we have. And then he'll make that ruling. Silver says, not all autistic people lack emotion. In fact, they have too many. They do not know how to cope, so they shut them down. Let me just say this about autism. Autism is a very broad term, and it describes a number of different people, and they lump them all into one thing, and they call it autism. There are so many different, how do I want to say? As many people as there are diagnosed with autism, there's that many different symptoms. It doesn't present itself the same way in every single individual that's said to be on the spectrum. Some may be emotional, some may not be emotional. It's just like everyday life. We're all different people. What makes them autistic? Something went wrong with the wiring in the brain, but who made the statement last week? It was somebody in the government said, oh, it was that Kennedy guy. Oh my God. He said that people with autism, they don't have a life. They'll never go to college. They'll never do that. That's bullshit. People with autism have gone to college and are brilliant. I mean, there's some that aren't so brilliant. There's some that are brilliant. It's just, there aren't any 2 that are alike. You can't say autism and here's what a single person with autism is going to be like. It just doesn't work that way. So many different levels. That's why they call it a spectrum, because you could be here on the spectrum or here on the spectrum. It's just, It's all over the place, So, Silver says, I have 2 levels of autism in my family. My brother has what was once known as Asperger's and a high functioning autistic sister. I grew up with autism in my family. I was only saying what I observed. Oh, I understand. I'm just saying you can't, this Kennedy he just put his foot in his mouth when he said that last week. I mean, it was just a ridiculous statement because you can't say that about every single person that has autism. They're all different. And I don't, maybe Kohlberger has autism, maybe he doesn't. But whether he does or he doesn't, whether he does or does not, I'm not saying that right. It's not an excuse to commit murder. I think, knowing the difference between right and wrong doesn't, I think autistic people know the difference between right and wrong. I mean, seriously, come on. Oh, God. Anyway, and it got me thinking, I'm wondering if, there's certain people in my family that are autistic that were never diagnosed, It makes you think because it's way more diagnosed now than it ever was before. I'm going down a rabbit hole. Anyway, never mind. So, all right, we're at the point where the banner is now driving me crazy. I've got to turn it off. But make sure you put your whips into the Facebook group. Your brother thinks I have ADHD, which is a possibility. I will look into at some point. It sort of makes sense. Listen, Silver, if it is not affecting your life negatively, who cares? So what if you have ADHD? I probably do, but I have a good life. Why would I want to be diagnosed and treated? My life is just fine. If I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't, Joanna says, I know a master chef with Asperger's. He has a star and he cannot lie. If you look fat in a dress, he will say so. That's good. That's a good guy. I mean, where on the spectrum does the autistic person get away with murder? No, it doesn't happen. Okay. You have the attention span of a gnat. You are wearing the bunny ears, so go in the warren. Okay. Isn't that like a rabbit hole, a warren? What's the definition of warren? It has something to do with rabbits. I don't know. And I was going to talk about the FSU shooting, but I think it's too soon. Like, the only point I want to make is that the shooter was the son of a sheriff deputy. So he had access to a weapon. His mother knew he had access to this weapon and knew that he had mental health issues. That bothers the hell out of me. It really does. Really, really does. But that's for another day. He survived, so there'll be a trial. So maybe there'll be a trip to Florida in our future. I got a brother that lives there. Maybe Tim says Beatty. What? Beatty? Warren Beatty? Oh, you guys are confusing me. It's my autism. You're confusing me. The defense never said he had until recently. Why didn't they bring that up in the beginning? Probably because they just had him evaluated recently, and that's why they wanted those mental health professionals to come testify about the results of their evaluation of their client. They probably couldn't say it till it was like official. Judge, I saw ask defendant if they were trying to just get him off. Well, yes, they're trying to get him off the death penalty charge. They think that this autism diagnosis will get the death penalty off the table. That hasn't been decided yet. That's still up for consideration by the judge about whether you can put, anytime you have death penalty on the table, once the guilt has been decided, the guilt phase, and you go into the death penalty phase, you have to have MRIs, CTs of the brain, evaluations. They have to make sure that you are mentally healthy. They're not putting someone with a mental defect or disability to death. And in this case, this is what they're using the autism for, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. To say that they just want the jury to see that his lack of a, that's all a ruse. Of course, it's to get death penalty off the table. Don't confuse me. That's retroactive. Silver gets confused on a day. Oh, honey, I get confused several times a day. Several. So today's the day, guys. Today is the day. I have this huge Amazon box over here. Huge. I don't even know what came in that thing. It's so big. What came in that box? Oh, maybe my new vacuum came in that. I don't know. Anyway, I had to get a new vacuum. I bought one of them canister vacuums. Horrible. Anyway, it's beside the point. So I'm going to take this big box. Tuesday, Amazon's going to deliver to me some of those vacuum bags where I can take all these sweaters. They're going to get vacuumed in the bag. I'm going to put them in the bag, vacuum the bag, the air out of the bag, put them in this big box, and winter is going to be over. I'm done with it. Done. Last night, I'll go to bed at night, after I play my game for a little while, I'll go sit in bed, and I wanted to watch the rest of that Karen Reed. There's a Karen Reed special on, it's a documentary on, is it Max or Prime? I don't know, one of those channels. So I wanted to watch that. And I was like, you know what? God is telling me, finish that damn sweater so we can get rid of this winter. So I went out and got my sweater, and I'm crocheting away. I'm like this much away from finishing the outside, this part on the outside. And then just the sleeves, and I'm done. And then maybe no, it's not Netflix, honey, unless there's another one on Is it Netflix? No, I don't think it's Netflix. I think it's Max. But that could be, watch it before Monday, because it really gave me a very good overview of the case and what was he? A state police officer in Boston or Massachusetts. If there's a murder committed, it's not investigated by the local agency. So this was in Canton. The Boston police don't do murders. They don't investigate murders. All the murder investigations go to the state police. So they call in the state police to investigate this murder of John O'Keefe. And this guy named Proctor comes in. And when they get him on the stand, they have gotten a hold of the text messages that Proctor sent to some of the other investigating officers. And they are so disgusting. Like they were horrible. So since that trial and that came out, this guy was dishonorably discharged from his job. He got fired. I thought he was going to make an appearance in that Ingolf Turek case. He didn't. We had a different state police officer testify. But this guy, his career is finished from this Karen Reed thing. Finished. They're mobbed up. Well, that's the defense's theory. They are mobbed up. So the prosecution has now hired the defense lawyer, the guy that defended Whitey Bulger. He's a mob guy, right? The guy that defended Whitey Bulger has now been appointed as a special prosecutor. In this case, this case gets crazier and crazier. Like now, this great defense team now has a great prosecution team. They're going to go head to head. Meanwhile, this Judge Beverly Cannoni, who I'm not thrilled with, is still residing over the case. Anyway, Karen Reed is going to be drama. Girl, we got to cover it. Oh, yeah, we'll be there. I'm not going to be there in person because I think that's one of those situations where they're like drawing straws to see who gets to go into the courtroom. It's crazy. The cases I want to go to, there's 5 defendants in Oklahoma that are being tried for the murder of those 2 women that lived in Kansas. that traveled down to Oklahoma and they went missing, and the 5 people were arrested. The grandma didn't want it's a whole thing. Grandma was like the ringleader, and I'm going to go to that trial, and I'm going to travel down to Oklahoma for it. And then I would like to go, if it doesn't interfere with the retreat, and it may have been, the trial may have already been moved, but the Colorado dentist trial, I'd like to go to that one too. That show on Karen Reed on Max, don't go by that show for the information on the trial. Oh, I know. But it gave me a good overview of what came into the first trial. So, hi, Jerry. Oh my God. Jerry, we have been waiting for you. Everybody's been going, where's Jerry? We can't start yet. Hi, Jerry. Good morning. She was probably at church. It's okay. Anyway, why is Tia not here? I'm going to tell her, hey, girl, I'm live. Anyway, maybe she is here and she's just not saying anything. Maybe she's working and lurking. Joanna says, like crashing a wedding, we can get in. I will go with you. Pretend I'm blind to give me her sight dog. Oh my gosh. Funny story about Tootsie. She has decided she don't like dinner anymore. Because I always give her a couple of scoops of this Beneful dry food. You know, it's grain-free, all that good stuff. And with this little thing of Beneful wet food that has vegetables and rice and all that good stuff. And I mix all that up. She just looks at it and walks away. So I'm like, oh, well, girlfriend's going to get hungry. What am I going to feed her? So I go to the store and I buy that wet food. You know, it's moist and you got to open the refrigerator to get it. Yeah. So I figure I'm just going to mix like a cup of that in with her dry food and see if she'll eat it. So I go home, I mix a cup of it into the dry food. She starts eating it. She eats pretty much what she wants of it, and then she walks away. I turn around. The cat, Stitch, is eating the wet food. He has gone into the dish, picked out a big clump of food, set it onto the carpet, separated out the dog food, the crunchy dog food, from the soft chicken and rice that I just bought, and is eating the chicken and rice. That cat is not to be believed. Put shredded cheese on her food. That's a great idea. Have you met any bachelors in your line of work yet? No, I just had that first week. So this past week was an away week. So I didn't work last week. So this week, I think I'm working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So the answer is no. I haven't met anybody. Just that one guy. Oh, he was so cute. But he was married, so whatever. Let me see what I'm working this week. I have this app. It's so cute. She's like that police dog Radar. He only eats what his cop buddy eats. Tootsie played her. She will sit there. So last night, I told my sister, we are not giving her scraps. No scraps during dinner. Because I usually feed the dog the same times as we eat. But she comes out there and she waits for us to give her food off our plates. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And my sister's like, yeah, go mix it in. No, we're not doing that. She's eating dog food tonight. So I said, but I'm going to wait till like 7:00. So I wait an hour after dinner or so, and I mix in 1 cup of dry food and some of the wet food, and she ate it. She was fine. So I'm working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. But Wednesday is a 9:00 game. So I'll still be live on Wednesday night. So that will not interfere with the live on Wednesday. Wednesday games are early, like early morning. And that's also like the take your dog to the park day, Wednesdays. So they have all these dogs, but all the dogs have to stay in the outfield. We have these like grassy, they call them the berm, these grassy areas. They have to stay out there. Just a pinch of, or whipped cream. What? Cheese or whipped cream? Oh, girlfriend would love that. She just, anything people food, she's all over it. All over it. Yeah. Anyway. So what are you guys doing today? What Tammy says, Karen is not guilty. There was an audit on the PD, etc. It proves that she was railroaded and the PD all the way up to the chief blotched the investigation. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Tammy's going to help me out with this. She knows more about it than I do, and I'm gonna rely on Tammy. Yeah. Sue's going to be my alert person, and Tammy can give me the background. Sue always, Rebecca, you're missing something. Rebecca, they're live. Rebecca, I love it. Tootsie's being a diva. She is. She's very spoiled. She's very spoiled, but she's my doggy. Anyway. And I haven't been able to take her on. We usually do these long walks. I'll go like a mile in the morning, a mile at night. It's been raining for 2 days, and we need the rain, so I'm not complaining, but Starbucks gives you free pup cups, and I steal the cream from my coffee. Oh, you're funny. Thank you, Sue. Tim says, when the animals get really hungry, they'll eat. Exactly. But I told my sister, no table food. She's going to eat this dog food. She's got to eat the dog food. We eat the people food. She eats the dog food. Silver says, I cross-stitch while watching Dick Van Dyke and Barry Van Dyke solve crimes. What? Diagnosis more. Girlfriend. That's weird. Dick Van Dyke. Who is showing Dick Van Dyke shows? Oh my gosh. That's interesting. So I started this ginormous Randall Spangler painting, and I'm almost done with the whole bottom row. I just have a little, like half a section of the bottom row. You'll see, I put a picture in the Facebook group, but it's all color blocking. It is such a pleasure. It really is. It's just really, really a pleasure to do, to come from a Pinson to a Spangler. It's great. I love it. And let's see. What time is it? Let's look at your Facebook posts. I hope you put some up there. There's 23 of you out there. Put up your Facebook posts. Tim, you can keep turning the pins. Oh my God, Tim has made me the most incredible tray. Incredible. It matches my outfit, and it's not a trinket tray. It's a tray that I can put my Legos in when I do my Legos on Monday night. I'm not going to give you a lot of hints, except that this is the color of the tray. These are the colors of the tray. I told him I wanted it to match this pen, and boy, does it! If you watch last night's pen turning episode, you will see this tray. It is freaking amazing. And he does this whole strip tease before he shows it. Like, not, he doesn't take off any clothes, but anyway, watch it and you'll see what I'm talking about. But when I'll show it to you when I get it. But if you can't wait to see it, watch his episode from last night. Tim, if you'd like to put a link to last night's episode in the chat, so people can see that would be amazing. We need 20 more likes to match the viewer output. Oh, thank you. Well, that's because 20 of you are working and lurking, and you don't really like me. That's okay. Because it's so hard to put down what you're doing and press that button. Tim spoils me rotten. Hey, he's my husband, I'm a sister wife. So what can you say? My sister says, does his wife ever get jealous? I'm like, no. We're sister wives because I'm gaming with him at night, and my sister's like, doesn't she get jealous? I'm like, no, we're just friends. We're gaming. We're playing a game. Yeah, it's pretty funny. And that game is incredible. Jerry, oh my God, you got to watch tonight. We did Moonflower Tower. Jerry knows. Jerry's up to, she plays Pal World too. I thought Crashly was going to come in and play. I almost had her convinced. Then she found out it wasn't a Switch game. She's all about the Switch. What? Jim turns in the nude. which is what, oh God, Tim. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, geez. Try not to picture with the sawdust, sprinkle all over his loins. Yeah, sure, Tim. That's crazy. Okay, okay. I gotta stop because I always tell people I am an ugly naked. Like, you do not want to picture me naked. I'm trying not to picture Tim naked. Okay. Tammy says, I can't order from DAC, but how long does it take them to restock diamond paintings? I want the stained glass cross, but I needed my daughter to order it. But when she was able, it sold out. That's a good question. With this whole tariff thing lingering, I can't answer that question. Not to mention, I don't order a lot of Diamond Art Clubs myself. If I want a Diamond Art Club, I'm like you. I get someone else to order it for me. I can order them. I choose not to support that company. I don't give them my money. If someone else wants to spend their money and send me a Diamond Art Club, I will do it. But I don't purchase Diamond Art Club stuff. For many years, they wouldn't let me purchase Diamond Art Club stuff. Don't get me started on Diamond Art Club. They, for years and years and years, had horrible customer service. I love their product, but god awful customer service. And to this day, I don't think they have a phone number that you can call to talk to them. To this day, like, what kind of company doesn't have a freaking phone number for customer service? Well, Amazon, but anyway, they all have phone numbers. You just got to find them. But literally, Diamond Art Club has no phone number. Anyway, yeah, Joanna says it could be a while. Hong Kong cut us off, and guess who makes the drills? Yeah. Unfortunately, diamond paintings are not manufactured in this country, and I think what happens is these bigger companies like Diamond Art Club and Dreamer Designs, they were probably well ahead of the tariffs, and they ordered in a certain amount of product to get them through a certain amount of time. And for them to get restocks is probably going to take a while. I would think they'll have product to sell, but once those are out, I don't know how quickly they're going to get restocks. So that's the answer to a very weird question. Not a weird question, just a difficult question. All right, let's go to the Facebook group. Because I think that's the same thing with Dreamer. If they run out of something, you may be awaiting a while before you get a restock on anything. Here we go. Sheer. Okay, happy Easter. Okay, let's see. We want to go to the group. Here we go. Here we go. Butterflies and birds won the poll. By the way, I have placed an order for the butterflies and the birds. It took me 3 nights with the designer to get the drills worked out. They will not be coming with ABs. They will be coming with fairy dust, because I think fairy dust looks better on a watercolor painting. So I don't know how quickly those will get to me, but anyway, they usually get them to me pretty quickly. Here's Tammy's papers from Crafts with Crashly. Ooh, I'm trying to see this. This is the Josephine wall. Okay, now that I have this in perspective. Which papers are those? Oh, they're Joe Wall papers too. How cool. Yeah, Crashly signed Joe Wall. That's cool. Very nice. I didn't give you a thumbs up. Let me give you a thumbs up. Here we go. Sue, my dog's favorite spot. Oh, what's his name, Sue? He's adorable. Oh, if I could give Tootsie that view, she would never leave that spot. Her favorite spot is to be outside with my sister. Personally, I think she's addicted to the secondhand smoke, but she just wants to have a cigarette with my sister. But she likes to lay outside and just, get her tan on while my sister smokes a cigarette. All right, here we go. Who else? What is his name, Sue? I got to figure out his name. Let me go back to chat, see what his name is. What's his name? Jewel. Oh, it's a her. Oh, Joanna has over 300 diamond paintings on eBay. If you're interested in buying diamond paintings, there's Tia. Woohoo! Hi, Tia. Welcome. It is early, but it's still Easter. And you know what? What Easter means? It means the retreat is right around the corner. I can't wait. It's like 2 months away. 2 months from now, I'll be sitting with Tia and Crushley and Jen and Kerwin and Tim and all my favorite people and Carrie. And it's going to be so much fun. So I know, Tammy, I'm going to use that Amazon service number. Trust me. All right, let's go back to the Facebook group. There's Jewel. She's pretty. Christy. Working on Dixie the Stained Glass Dachshund by Peggy Collins. And Everest by Dakota Detweiler. I love Peggy Collins. Like, stained glass is so popular right now. So popular. That's adorbs. All right, where's the other one? Ooh. Look at that big old crab. That's a gorgeous painting. Wow. That's Dakota Detweiler? Is that what you... Seriously? Nuh-uh. Wow. Okay. I don't usually like her artwork, but that's beautiful. Okay, here's mine. Woohoo. It's mostly release papers, a little bit of diamond painting thrown in. Yeah, you're just looking at like the bottom of the snow. We're working our way up to the gazebo and some dragons that are underneath those release papers from Christmas. And all my pens, I literally use those 4 pens constantly. Those are my favorite pens. And all of them are from Leopard Leatherworks, except for the blue one. The blue one, I think, is from Liz and Edward. Okay. DP Gal. Paris is coming together nicely with ES from Diamond Painting with Sparklers. Ooh, pretty. How many colors is that? I'm just curious. Like, because it looks like it's a lot of blacks and grays and reds. Like, if you ask, most people would probably say, oh, that's 3 colors, but it's probably way more than that. There's probably some whites, some blues. I'm just curious. Very pretty. Yeah, she's probably got 413, 414, 415, all of those gray colors in there. Beautiful. Oh, I missed one. Did I miss one? Hold on. I missed one. Ooh. Okay. And then, oh, who's this? DP Gal. Dawn is doing a camper. What's in the camper? Ooh, this is the kind of camper I need to, take with me to trials. I need like a trial camper. I could have like a little stove there, a little place to diamond paint in the evenings and do my lives. Where's the bedroom? Where am I sleeping? Hold on. There's a bathroom there. There's a toilet. Is there more? There might be a second story to this. Sleeping in the top of it. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Now everybody has it. Thank you so much. Okay. This is super cute. It really is. There's room for a bed in there. She's not done with it. That looks like a lot of fun too. Also, this Monday night, I told some people that haven't joined me before that are going to join the live that I would go over how I order my building block kits from Temu, so I could, because people will say, "Oh, those are just all I get is the minis." Well, you can get regular size ones from Temu. You just have to know how to look for them. Silver stitches. Let's see what we got going here. Hold on. Let's go back. Wait a minute. Where are you in this painting? I'm trying to figure it out. Huh. I don't know where you're at. That's not her eyes unless you changed her eye color. I think this is up here, maybe? I don't know where she's at in this painting. But it's Hannah Lynn. So pretty. Good job. It looks like an eye, but I don't think that's not the eyes from this one. Are you sure this is the right painting? Not sure, Silvers. It's the bottom right, I think, the blue buckle around her wrist. Oh, okay. We can't see that. We can only see the left. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. This blue buckle around the wrist? Oh, so she's down here. Okay. Wait a minute. Does that make sense? Okay. I get you. She's doing this buckle right here. All righty. You usually start in a different location. You're confusing me, girl. It's gorgeous. You're doing great. I don't know. Did she say how many colors that painting was? I have to go back up. Hey, Robin, I see you sneaking in there. Oh, all right, let me go up. I want to see if she said how many colors that painting was. How long to kit up Snow Castle? Like a morning. It took me one morning, which is what, 3-4 hours. Oh, Silver says 90 colors. No, I was asking about the one that looks black, white, and red. How many colors that actually was? Whose painting was that? Let's go back up. This one here, it's is Dawn's. Dawn, if you're still here, how many colors is this painting? Because I don't see you haven't got the legend so I can see it. I was curious. Okay. Let's go back down. Who else do we got? Silver Stitches Sailing Fairy, created by Pain Free Crafts. Oh, Nadia Strokina. Very Joe Waldish, I would think. Very confetti. Look at the butterfly. Okay, let's see if we can guess where she's at in this painting. Okay, and this one, upper left. That's where she usually starts. That's why I was confused about the other one. You got a ways to go. You do. You're making progress, though. One stitch at a time. I love it. Okay. Rhonda. What's Rhonda doing to this cat? Oh, this is not her cat. Oh, my God. She's trying to figure out which cat did her. That's hilarious. I wonder where they were going with that. That's too funny. Oh my God. All right, Sue. Oh, look at Sue working on a building block project. That's going to be pretty, like little stone steps there. Nice. Looks like a little floral type scene there. Flower house. I was right. It's floral. That's going to be pretty. Okay. Okay, and then the watercolor poll. So if anybody, I'll refresh, see if anybody else posted their works in progress. How about you, Joanne? How are you doing on your work in progress? Are you making any progress? We want to see. Okay, no one else wants to confess where they are in their works. That's okay. I still love you. Anyway. Yeah, my cats would not let me measure their teeth. Are you kidding? I was so thankful for the rain because lately their thing is the cats is to go outside and roll around in the dirt and then come inside and lay all over my bed. So like 3 times a week I'm washing bedding because it is so dirty from these daggum cats. Luckily it rained and Stitch went out in the rain. I think on purpose because he needed a bath. Thank God, because he was getting really dirty. You are making progress. You haven't posted, but I did post a pic. You posted a pic. What did you post? Where did you post it, sweetheart? Joanna hates Facebook. She's like, oh, I got a new Facebook. No. Checking your eggs. He's not talking about Peter Cottontail. He's talking about Pal World, the eggs. Okay. We will go back and find her posts. Let's look again. Now I got that, music in my head. Thank you, Rhonda. She's not even here. She's putting earworms in my head. All right, we're going to go back to the Crafting Journey Facebook group, and we're going to refresh so we can see Joanne's post. Okay, where is it? It's not there, honey. I don't know where you put it. Let's look. I have to give her a Facebook lesson one day. I don't know where you put it, sweetheart. Oh my God. Billy is alive. Haven't seen him in ages. Holy moly. He just appeared on my Facebook timeline. Wow. Well, I never. I don't know where you put it, sweetheart. It's at the top. Of what? Facebook Journey page? Let me check my other groups. Maybe you put something in the other group. Oh, she did. She put it in my crafting, my art page. Look how adorbs. George and Fiona. Fiona's like, I'm not wearing that stupid hat you bought me, Mom. Nope, not wearing it. George he's all about the hat. George loves the hat. Fiona's like, no, not wearing it. Well, one is for my artwork, Crafting Journey art. The other one is for for all you guys to put your artwork. There you go. Fiona's a diva. Yeah, her and Tootsie are two divas. Two divas. All right, so I need to get out this ice cream because it has to sit for a 5 minutes or so before we can try it. So let me go get today's ice cream flavor while you guys argue over who's the biggest diva. George and Fiona. Oh, because she calls him Fiona. Well, that's their names, George and Fiona. Oh, I was referring to my dog. Tootsie and Fiona are divas, not George. George is fine. I'm confusing Silver Stitches. So there is no way that I am not going to like this ice cream. Because I'm for sure going to like this ice cream. This is when they had the Haagen-Dazs sale, and I got the two. The other one I didn't like. My sister loved it. This one is called Salted Brown Butter Cookie. What is not to like? I don't know what a brown butter cookie is. I love cookies. Sweet and slightly nutty brown butter ice cream dotted with soft milk chocolatey chips and cookie pieces. So it's a chocolate chip cookie. And brown butter, I think, is caramel. Everybody's calling it brown butter now, but it's caramel, I believe. Joanne's the chef. Is there a difference between brown butter and caramel? I don't know. You're asking Joanna the reasoning behind the names. I always have a reason why I name my pets. Oh, I'm sure she has a reason. She's got some strange names for her pets. Trust me. She was telling me yesterday about some past pets she's had, their names. Pretty funny. So this has cream, skim milk, sugar, powdered sugar, butter, cream, salt, egg yolks. Where's the chocolate? How about chocolate? There's no chocolate in here. You said there was chocolate chips. Chocolate chips. There's no chocolate chips in the ingredients. I'm disappointed. 930 calories if you eat the entire thing. Otherwise, this is 2.5 servings, 350 calories per bite. Brown butter is melted butter with a nutty and bold flavor. Really? No wonder I love it. I love butter. All right, let's open it. We still got to let it sit for a sec because Haagen-Dazs is usually hard as a rock, so you have to let it sit. I thought it was caramel, but chocolate shavings, I don't know. But look at there. It's in there. We can see the cookie. We can see the chocolate. Now we just got to let it sit for a second or two. So it just, the flavors blend together. I'm really hungry. I'm tempted to eat a good portion of that. And then just wait for dinner tonight. I'm just going to sit and play Pal World till dinner tonight. Oh, I'm going live at 7:30. Don't forget, 7:30 tonight, Pal World. If you weren't here at the beginning of the show, I said I was going to be doing some dungeons on Sakurajima and show you my base and show you around Sakurajima. Tim says butter. By doing this, you're creating butter magic. It releases a nutty flavor in the butter that adds an extra layer when you replace it for regular butter in recipes. Oh, Rebecca, show the pic of George at the Brit with the King Charles. Oh, where was that picture? That was really cute. She sent me another picture of George. George got to meet King Charles. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Charles and Queen Elizabeth. George is like, hey, Charles, can I have a treat? These are cardboard cutouts that George is infatuated with. And look how good Joanna looks in her Easter bonnet. Yes, she's so cute. Cardboard cutouts of Charles. She went to this British restaurant where they had fish and chips. Like, look at this fish and chips. Does that not look amazingly delicious? Oh my God. Mouth watering. And then look at this crab. I don't eat crab, but look at the crab. They fried this thing to make it look like a crab. Is that a real crab? Maybe it's a real crab. I have no idea. Maybe they just dipped a crab into, I don't know. Joanna will have to tell us. You looked it up. I know I like it. Did not know what it really was. I love it. Anything that's like, I don't buy Haagen-Dazs normally, but this was on sale. But the local brand, the Kroger brand, they have a brown butter, I don't know, whatever, brown butter something or other. And it's like you have to, when they have those on sale for $1.99, I get like 3 of them. But so does everybody else. So like lately it's been sold out, this brown butter flavor. It's so good. You love crab and lobster. Oh, it's a real crab. So they take a real crab and dip it in the batter and then just fry the whole thing. That poor crab. Oh, fried soft shell crab. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'll do the cod, the fried cod and the chips. Yes, the fish and chips. I'm gonna pass on the poor crab. Although it's cute. It looks, well, anything fried and battered looks good. But I don't know. I've got to pass. Oh gosh. Oh, and then she had her. Where's that picture? Let me find it. Yes, there's a picture of a car from a James Bond movie, and she has George and Fiona with them next to the car. The point is, Richard and I have been working on Joanne. We got her out of the house yesterday. She left her house. She broke free. She's out of jail. She got out. She escaped. Yay. We get so comfortable in our whoobies that we don't ever want to leave the house. I'm with you. But getting that job was the best thing I ever did. It gets me off the couch, out of my recliner, away from my craft. If you left me to my own devices, I would just sit there eating Haagen-Dazs and doing crafts all day long. But I got to walk the dog. I got to, now I got a job, so getting out of the house, this is a good thing. Yes, I peer pressured you. Richard and I did. Absolutely. Tim and Carl or Amy are power worlding right now. Anyway, let's try this ice cream. Surely it's been long enough. Oh, it's a little bit soft. All right, we're going to try. I want to get some, it's still pretty hard. I don't know. Oh no, I found a soft spot. I think I hit the cookie there. Oh, see the cookie in there? There's the cookie and the chocolate. I'm not getting brown butter. Okay. The ice cream is brown butter flavored. The ice cream that I have, that I usually buy that has brown butter in it, you can see the brown butter. It does taste like brown butter, but it's not that creamy brown butter that's running through it. So I'm going to have to say that my local Kroger is beating out Haagen-Dazs on this flavor for sure. This is not bad, but my local grocer's equivalent is much better. It's good. But yeah. And let me tell you, those chips, I don't know if you can see the chip. It's really small. It's like a little sliver. No, Tim, I agree. This normally, I don't know what the price normally, but and I'll eat it, don't get me wrong. But my Kroger brand much better, way better than this. I'm disappointed. I thought Haagen-Dazs would taste much better. I taste the cookie. There's definitely a cookie there. Chocolate chip cookie. But it's not what I was expecting because the local brand has that swirly brown butter in it. And this did not. They got me with the brown butter. Okay. I got sucked in. It's owned by General Mills. Interesting. Let me put this back in the freezer. Well, that was disappointing. I was really expecting I had high hopes for that one. Oh, well. What do you guys want me to try next? Oh, I have something I want to show you. I'll be right back. Ben and Jerry's would be better. You think I should try Ben and Jerry's? I'll try Ben and Jerry's next time. I got to make sure it's on sale. Well, it doesn't have to be on sale, but I'll try Ben and Jerry's next week. So if you have not tried these, oh my God, they are amazing. I can't remember where I bought them because I want to find them again. Peanut butter, and I think I bought them at Walmart now that I'm thinking about it. Peanut butter and jelly M&Ms. Oh my God, they're so good. And somebody said, well, where is the chocolate? The first ingredient is milk chocolate. There's still chocolate in there. But I'm telling you what, you can taste. Have you tried these, Tim? They're so good. Oh my God, look at them. They're delicious. And you can't eat just one. Oh my God. Amazing. I'm going to bring some of these to the retreat. They're amazing. It's like eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with some chocolate. You had them in December in Vegas. So good. If you don't pass these, guys, if you see these, try them. Highly recommend. Anyway, what else can we talk about? Ben and Jerry's for next week. Next week, I'm going to be giving away a Tumbavakas hat, a cow tipping hat. We're going to do the donation thing next week. If I get 10 donations next week, someone is going to win a Tumbavakas hat. So you don't want to miss that. Tim already has one. He ordered one. He's been wearing it, and it looks great on him. Actually, next weekend is Tumbavakas night at the ballpark next Saturday. So I'd like to get a Tumbavakas shirt because their shirts are amazing. They're like this black with these floral designs, because it's a Spanish team, a Hispanic team. And it matches the fluorescent green and pink hat. Like I got to do the whole thing, right? Your eating ice cream has made me want ice cream. Well, then I'm a good influencer, aren't I? The summer slugs are already here. Tons of people from DC come and clog up traffic for it all summer. Oh dear. And you can't get near the beach. That's terrible. Well, if you're going to the beach, take a good book and some peanut butter and jelly M&Ms, and you'll be just fine. That way, if you're stuck in traffic, you got a book, you got M&Ms, you'll be fine. Anyway, thank you guys for coming today. I hope I see you tonight on Power World. If you haven't, if you're not interested in playing the game, maybe you just want to watch. It's fun to watch too. It is an incredible game. You got a floral shirt too. It says 8647. What's the significance of that? I don't know. I'm scared, Joanna. What is that? This match is so good, doesn't it? I don't want to take it off now. It's Easter. Yes, I will be here at 7:30 tonight and then 7:30 tomorrow night for Bill with Me Monday. We're going to start the Wizard House, which is, I think we said it was six sections. think it was six sections. Anyway, 200 pages. We're going to start this tomorrow. Thank you, Silver. And on your way out today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. There's 21 of you here. Hit that thumbs up. And I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we're going to get closing arguments in the Lori Daybell case. And if there are, I'm going to go live for those. So look for my thumbnail. I may give it a time, but it doesn't mean I won't be live until we get closing arguments. Okay. So, and there's always a half-hour delay from when they actually start to when we're going to see them, because there's, judges imposed a 30-minute delay on that trial. Have a wonderful Easter. I love you all. Enjoy. Don't eat too many peeps. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.